And with the game-winning shot tonight, Johnny Davis wins the game for the Washington Wizards as they win their preseason finale, 118-117 at home versus the New York Knicks. So we're going to look at the game, and we're going to take a look at what is the best lineup for opening night because it's right around the corner next week. So let's celebrate. Yes, it's the preseason, but hey, let's celebrate. Next on Locked On Wizards.
You are Locked On Wizards, your daily Washington Wizards podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Brandon Scott again, and I appreciate you guys making Locked On Wizards your first listen every single day. We are part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every single day. Tonight's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. You can start the season with a big return on FanDuel. Place your first $5 bet, and you get started with $200 in bonus bets guaranteed. All you have to do is visit FanDuel.com. All right, everybody. Look, it's preseason, but hey, we'll take the dub, right? Because like I said, I made it known the last episode that I wanted them to win this game to carry over some momentum because it does not get easier because we have the defending champion Boston Celtics on opening night. But it's all good. We have some momentum to carry over into the regular season. So like I said, big winning night for the Washington Wizards in their preseason finale, 118-117 win over the Knicks. And Johnny Davis, look, man, he playing for that spot, and he hit the game-winning shot tonight and almost got the game-sealing steal, man. He played well, but, you know, he had a really good game, Jared Bullitt. But, hey, let's get into it. So let's take a look at the starting five. Obviously, Alex Sarr was out. Bilal Coulibaly was out. And they rode with another starting five, or really the same one they've ran the last couple of games. Starting off at the starting point guard, look, give him his flowers. Yes, only 18 minutes, but, you know, look, Jordan Poole showed up, 16 points, 1 rebound, 5 assists. And you can argue he had around maybe 7, 8 assists because there was about 2-3 dimes that, you know, they didn't connect on, where he had a couple of really good passes, man. So, I mean, all said and done, he probably had around 8 assists, in my opinion, but 5 assists, shooting 6 for 10 for the field, 3 for 5 from 3, 1 for 1 from the charity strike. So, look, give him his flowers. Only 1 turnover. So, this is definitely, to me, this is the floor. I definitely want to see him sharp this season, man. So he's shown he can be that scorer, but we need him to be that distributor, and he's showing that. Like I said, he's had a really good passes tonight, setting a lot of people up, man. And that's all I ask from him. Definitely want to see him, you know, have that most improved player campaign, in my opinion. And it starts with performances like tonight. Like I said, he was efficient. You know, he found people, he set people up, and he only had 1 turnover. So, like I said, really good game from JP13. Bob Carrington, 21 minutes tonight, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, shooting 3 for 6 from the field, 1 for 3 from 3. Had a real nice transition 3. You see the potential offensively. I think, you know, we're going to talk about what should be the starting lineup on opening night. I definitely see him as being the second unit point guard, or, you know, because really Jared Bullitt said, look, hold my beer. You know, he's really given a case where he should definitely get minutes for the second unit. So that is a job that I don't envy on, you know, as far as, you know, Brian Key finding the best rotation on the second unit, because Jared Butler has played well. You know, we're going to get on him, you know, get to him in a second, but Bob Carrington, you see the potential. So the starting five is not so much a question, even though I think there's going to be you know, really 2 starting fives you can see early on in the first half of this regular season. But the second unit is really the big question, right? How do you distribute the minutes for the second unit? And like I said, Jared Butler and Bob Carrington have both given the case why they both deserve minutes. All right, looking at Keyshawn George, 22 minutes tonight, 8 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Also 3 for 6 from the field, 2 for 5 from 3, only 1 turnover. So again, he's shown that he can be that scorer. Very athletic guy, shows a lot of effort on defense, a lot of energy on defense. So he's not just a sniper. He's a guy who can definitely, I mean, caught a really nice dime by Jordan Poole and got a wide open dunk. He's a guy who moves well without the ball. And again, I tell you guys, he is going to be a steal. He is going to be, you know, people talk about this, you know, Bob Carrington being the steal of this draft, and rightfully so. He is definitely the first shoe in, be the steal. But if we're able to find a guy like Keyshawn George at the 24th pick in the first round, then this shown that this front office is be able to find these diamonds in the rough. Now, Tristan Vucevic, again, second round pick, another, you know, same scenario. We're starting to get our value out of the later stages of the first round and the second round. And that's what you want to see. That's never been the case in DC. You know, even when we don't miss in the lottery, you know, most are you know, high impact guys came from the lottery. Very rarely did we hit in the later stages of the first round. Rarely did our second round pick even make it to the States. So, like I said, that's a testament to this front office. Kyle Kuzma, aka Clutch Kuz tonight, only played 16 minutes, but 12 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 for 11 from the field, and 1 for 4 for 3 3 for 4 for the charity strike, 1 steal. So, you definitely want to see him definitely work on that efficiency. He's got to become more efficient, more of a weapon, because to me, Jordan Poole is number 2 option. Number 1 option is Kyle Kuzma this year, especially in the first half, man. I definitely want to see him become more efficient, but I definitely think he will get there, man. He's that guy who he's going to be a consistent source of 20 points a night. So, but the biggest thing is consistency and efficiency. All right, looking at it, Jonas Valanciunas, 15 minutes a night, 7 points, 4 boards, 1 assist, 3 for 3. So can't beat 100%, man. 1 for 2 from the charity strike. So, he showed a lot more energy tonight getting down the floor. And he's a guy he's going to do well with not only mentoring Alex R, but he's a guy who's going to be nasty with Jordan Poole in the pick and pop and the pick and roll, man. So I like the potential with Jordan Poole and Jonas Valanciunas being that pick and pop, pick and roll combination, man. So, like I said, overall, the starting 5, this starting 5 and the starting 5 would have allowed to Kyle Kuzma at the 3 and Alex R at the 4. Those 2 lineups, I think, are going to be the 2 lineups that are going to be primarily what you're looking at this season, depending on certain matchups. Now, obviously, head coach Brian Keefe is going to game plan. He's going to find the right combinations depending on the matchups. But these 2, lineups we saw in the preseason, I think, are money, man. I think they're really good couple lineups because they both have their merits, man. This lineup tonight is more of a shooter's lineup when you look at Jordan Poole, Carrington, George, Kuzma. And so, like I said, it could have to be subject to change. Kispert could be plug and play here and there, but this is not a bad starting 5. So let's get into the second unit. Johnny Davis, y'all, come on now. Johnny Davis, 26 minutes played tonight, 14 points, 2 boards, 5 assists, 5 for 8 for the field, 0 for 1 from 3. But we ain't tripping because he got 4 for 4 for the charity strike, 3 steals, and only 1 turnover. Come on now. A lot of us been hard on Johnny, man, but Johnny showed out, and he is definitely playing for that spot. Like I said, it's going to be a hard decision, man, because you just look at a lot of candidates to take that final spot, man, on the roster. Because look, Taylor Funk showed up tonight, so it makes it that much harder, man, to really, determine who's that odd man out. But Johnny Davis night, he played well. This is what I'm talking about. Earned that spot. So my hat goes off to Johnny Davis, man. Definitely played well tonight. Jared Butler, another guy that shows that depth is a beautiful thing. 22 minutes played, 14.5 assists, 6 for 11, 1 for 2 from 3. He can play, man. 1 block, 1 steal. Jared Butler has proven that, yes, we have Bub Carrington. Yes, he's the future at point guard or 2 guard, depending what the long-term vision is. But Jared Butler is a guy who's shown he produces when called upon. And that is the beautiful thing about depth, is that he produces when called upon. Regardless what his place in the depth chart is, when called upon, he plays. He comes in and he's highly productive. And he's a guy that you keep around. You keep guys like Jared Butler around. You keep your Anthony Gills around. Guys who are high energy guys, high impact guys, man, where what they provide doesn't always fit into a category, but you need those type of glue guys on a team like the Wizards, man, because we're going to get younger. We are going to get younger a lot sooner than later, y'all. Justin Champagnie, 11 points tonight, 5 for 7 from the field, 0 for 2 from 3, but that's all good because he was efficient overall from the field. Martin Becker the third, 7 points, 7 boards. He's another guy where, if he shows out, could he be a piece going forward? Depends on the front office and what they see his long-term fit, but he's a guy that at the bare minimum is going to bring his trade value up and be able to be not only included in the deal, but definitely flip for some assets, in my opinion. So not a bad showing. He definitely showed his 3-level scoring potential with a 3-point shot. Martin Becker the third, it's proven that in the right situation with the right coach, with the right surrounding cast, man, he can be productive. He can show a high motor, which a low motor has been the biggest knock against him dating back to Detroit and Sacramento. So, he played, he's shown that he can be productive. The big question is, can we keep him motivated? And I think that, look, it is a hard measure on the rebuilding team, man. So we shall see. All right, so we're going to get through this, guys. Patrick Baldwin Jr., 8 points in 17 minutes, shooting 3 for 7, 2 for 6 from 3. Anthony Gill got a 3-point shot tonight, man. The other day was his birthday. Definitely, again, happy belated birthday. 5 points, but we know he is the player coach, man. And Taylor Funk, y'all, come on now. He is the Funk is still funking, man, because I'm trying to tell you, 3 for 7. All shots were 3-point shots, but look, the kid can play. He can shoot the rock. And he added 5 rebounds, man. So he definitely utilizes his size and a couple of assists. So overall, guys, a good victory. I get it this preseason, but look, with the team that is slated to probably at best win 5 more games as opposed to last year, and at worst could be worse. You look at certain things that could be wins, right? And it's obviously progression of young talent is where you find a lot of success this season. But like I said, we'll take the dub. I felt like ball movement was fluid tonight. As we slide into some team numbers, ball movement was fluid tonight. Now, what's the big elephant in the room? The biggest issue they've had all preseason, which is what? Turning the ball over. Again, 16 turnovers. Now, the Knicks did also perform or gave up 16 turnovers, but they got to bring it down, man. Like I said, is it better than 30 or 19? Yeah, but come on, it's still not where we need them to be. They've got to work on, the turnovers battles, man. And like I said, it was tied. Both teams really didn't look that good as far as turnovers, but definitely something I want to see them work on. But again, looking at some team numbers, rebound battle. We won a rebound battle. Shooting numbers, 52% from the field goal and 39.5% from three. So look, we shot high percentage shots. 32 assists shows that with fluid ball movement, they're finding the right guys in the right spots to shoot the right shot. So, like I said, a good victory tonight. But look, it does not get easier, y'all, because look, the Boston Celtics are coming into the 202 on Thursday night, man, including former Wizard Kristaps Porzingis, who I believe is hurt. So we'll definitely, when we get closer to that, and then I'll do my preview for that game, we'll see what his availability is, but he may not even be playing. So, all right, everybody, we're gonna get into what you guys. We're gonna get into the question of the night, and then get into comments, man, because we are blown up. Like I said, everybody excited, getting a dub, and then we're hitting into another season here at Locked On Wizards, man. So I'm very excited. I know you're excited. So let's get into it. So before we get into comments or the lineup and then comments, tonight's episode is brought to you by Hims. So look, guys, ever feel like you need a little boost in the bedroom? It's time to stop worrying about your performance and get Hims. So you can feel confident about, staying in that mood when you're in the mood, right? So look, Hims is changing men's healthcare by providing you with access to affordable sexual health treatments from the comfort of your couch. You don't even got to get up. Hims provides access to a range of doctor-trusted erectile dysfunction treatments like chewable hard mints and Viagra and Cialis, and their generics for up to 95% cheaper. Woo! The process is 100% online, so there's no need for uncomfortable doctor visits, man. Just answer a series of questions on their site, and a medical provider will determine the right treatment option for you. If prescribed, your medication ships directly to you in discreet packaging for free. No insurance is needed, and one low price covers everything from treatments to ongoing care. With hundreds of thousands of trusted subscribers, Hims can help you find the erectile dysfunction option that works for you. So look, do yourself a favor. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/lockedon. That's HIMS.com/lockedon for your personalized erectile dysfunction treatment options. HIMS.com/lockedon. All right, everybody, let's get back into it. So like I said, we're going to get into the lineups and then comments, man, because we are blown up right now. So like I said, definitely, I know everybody's excited. So let's get into it. So lineups, like I said, there were two lineups we predominantly saw this preseason. So the first one obviously was Jordan Poole starting the point guard, Bilal Coulibaly at the 2, Kyle Kuzma at the 3, Alex Sarr at the 4, and Jonas Valanciunas at the 5. But with them sitting guys down, we saw exclusively a lineup of, again, JP13 at point, but Bob Carrington playing the 2 guard. Or I believe it was Corey Kispert the first time. I got to double check on that. But Keyshawn George came in and was small forward. Kyle Kuzma at the 4 and Jonas Valanciunas at the 5. Even though I believe the first time was Jonas on the bench and Sarr at the 5. But you guys see what I'm saying with them sending people down. But here's a question for everybody: what is the best lineup you guys want to see on opening night? And what lineup do you predominantly want to see this season, especially in the first half of the season? Now, obviously, in the second half, you're going to see a much different roster. But in the first half, what lineup do you guys want to see opening night? So that is the question of the night. So let's get into comments, guys. Like I said, very, very excited. All right, let's get into it, guys. All right. First one up, anti-social extrovert, says Johnny M.F. Davis. Man, I'm trying to tell you, Johnny Davis with the game winner. Man, it really makes you think about that phrase, better late than never, right? I mean, look, he came through, and this was a really good game for him, man. So like I said, hopefully this is the sign of things to come with him. Definitely want to see him turn a corner. And like I said, I'm a catalyst that if they indeed want to keep him and see what he can do under a full year under head coach Brian Keefe, I'm all for that. You know what I'm saying? But you can see a lot of guys. It's hard. I don't envy Brian Keefe making that decision, man, because these young guys, Patrick Baldwin Jr., you see the potential with him, especially with the shot, 3-point shots starting to drop. So he also said, hopefully this is JD's breakout game. Yep, absolutely. I think hopefully he turns the corner after this. I'm hoping. Let's see. A bucket getter says, Johnny. That's what I'm talking about. Johnny Davis. Shook Bez, what's going on? How you doing tonight? Says JD activated. Yes, he showed out tonight. That's what I'm talking about. And he also said the same thing I just said. Better late than never. Absolutely. Shook Biz one also said, want to stay, coach. Yeah. He told the organization, look, I ain't trying to go nowhere, man. like I said, you can look at a lot of guys on his roster. I mean, Champagny, that is he deserving to be the odd man out? Same thing with PBJ. His shot is starting to finally drop. I mean, it's just not a position I really want to be in, man. Because like I said, these young guys have played well as of late. Bucket Getter also says Brady JP looked solid tonight. Yeah, I mean, he had headband on and had the cornrows, and he was rolling, man. I mean, it was a practice pool party. Like he played well tonight. He was efficient. His passing is getting better. I mean, he is setting people up. He is really, you see that vision, man. And that's all I ask. I get it. It's like 50-50 right now, like most things in Wizards land or anything in the world right now. But 50-50, whether he's a long-term piece or is he a trade piece. But I think both parties can agree that with showings like this, whatever camp you're in, you're going to get your desired effect. Because if they want to keep him and be a long-term piece, which I think he definitely could be a candidate to be, he's shown that with consistent performances like this, where he's efficient, where he becomes that floor general, where he looks to set people up, he can be the future point guard in DC. And if you're in the camp of, get his trade value up, this is going to get his trade value up. And so, no matter what camp you're in, you're going to get what you want. Let's see. Oh, if it happens for you, my bad. You can't get both at the same time. All right, Shook Biz One also said I may have to adjust the JD drinking game to see. Yeah, man, because your boy probably ain't gonna be able to walk the next day if he's gonna be playing like this. I'm just saying. So I'm with you on that. All right, let's see. I'm gonna try and get through all these comments. You guys know how I roll. Let's see. Bucket Getter also said I like JP playing off ball with Butler. Yeah, JP's obviously needs the ball, but you have to remember he learned how to play off ball as well. And Golden State just needs to play with a playmaker who can get to the rim. I agree 100%. That is a great point right there, that he can play off ball, but he needs a guy who is that playmaker, but he's best with the ball in his hands. So we're in a good situation here, guys. Like I said, Kevin Colbert, you let me know which one. Johnny Davis' NBA 2K stats just went from 70 to 75, y'all. Yeah, I mean, his rating definitely took a little boost, but so look, I'm happy for him, man. I'm happy that he had a really good performance. Now, the biggest thing is what? If they retain him, consistency. We know what he can do defensively, but if he can find a consistency on the offensive side, I think we're cooking with grease, man. I think we're getting there with him. Bucket Getter says Jared Butler is a pro. Absolutely. But Jared Butler, man, I mean, he's continuing to show that when called upon, when given minutes, he produces. Depth is a beautiful thing. Bucket Getter also said I like him for the future. Same here. All right. Shook Biz One says I hope they keep Funk. I can imagine the sound effects for every 3 made. We want the Funk. That's a good point, man. Look, Funk can shoot. You keep him around. We need shooters, man. Like I said, I know he's probably going to spend some time with the Capital City Go-Go, and it's all good. Give him those minutes. Keep him ready because look, he can play. And look, injuries happen, things happen. We're going to need a guy in the wings who can definitely provide that boost of points in 3-point shooting if called upon. So I'm with you on that. And Valor said, Wizards 2025 champions Johnny Davis for MVP. I mean, we'll see, man. But I'll say this, man. I agree. He needs his flowers, man. Johnny Davis showed out. Now the biggest thing is what we know you can do it. Now we want more. We want consistency. So I'm with you on that. Red Wings 01 says, all right, Johnny, I'll give you your flowers. Yep, give it to him, man. He showed he can do it. Now we need some consistency. Look, you can't hide no more, Johnny. Now we know we can play. Now let's put together some consistency. Whoo. So if he does that, man, we might be cooking with grease. But we'll see, man. We shall see. Stulo Flaherty, how you doing tonight? It says, great job by Davis, playmaking, shooting, driving the lane, and defense second half. I agree on all points. He played really, really well. I mean, defensively, I've always liked him as a defender, but offensively, he took his time. He let the game come to him. He didn't seem nervous like he usually does. Again, he let the game come to him. And you really expect that from a lot of players in this roster. There's not a lot of expectations on these players. You do expect some progression from Bilal Coulibaly, and you see potential for all these guys, but they have nothing but time this year and probably next year to just play. Just develop and play. All the pressure's on the front office and the coaching staff. So, these players have the opportunity. Some of these veterans obviously are playing to showcase, or they're playing for the next contract, or they're looking to be moved to a contender. But as far as the young guys, they're just playing, man. They're just playing, and that's what I want them to do. There's no expectations. Just play your game. All right. Bucket Get also says, love the energy in Capital One. When we turn the corner, we will be a great franchise. Absolutely. When we get to that point, man, it's going to take time. It's going to take patience. It's going to take development. And it's going to take small victories. But when we get to that point, man, Cat 1 is going to be that spot again. It's going to be that RFK from the 90s, man. I'm trying to tell you right now. When we get there, we're going to be there, man. But it's going to take time. It's going to take a lot more heartbreak than smiles, man. I'm telling you. It's a long process, but we're going to get there, man, because we definitely going to get there. He also said, I like Funk too. Let him work out with Kispert. Oh, man. Can you imagine those three in the same lineup of second unit? That's a shooting lineup, man. Now, defensively, you know, I mean, Keyshawn George shows that he can develop into a really good defender. Corey Kispert has shown energy, and Funk just has a size to him, man. So, like I said, we shall see. DC Onion, my guy, how you doing tonight? Kudos, JD. Absolutely. JD did his thing tonight. Link says, Johnny Davis secured his roster spot. I've been saying he's not bad to have as a role player or a third-string point guard. I know Dawkins sees his defense too. Poole played good shooting guard because they actually passed. Yeah, the ball movement was fluid. And Johnny Davis, as far as point guard, I don't want him anywhere near point guard. I want him to play his natural spot of shooting guard. He can definitely be a really good role player if he can, show the consistency. But point guard just ain't his spot, man. So, but I definitely agree with you, man. I definitely agree. All right, so everybody, we're gonna get into the second ad break, and then we're gonna get into the rest of the comments because you guys know me. I'm gonna get through all the comments, and then we're gonna start this Friday night off right because this bourbon looking at me funny, man. So let's get through this thing. So before we move on, tonight's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Hey, NFL fans, you can start the season with a big return on FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. So when you get a hunch in the middle of the game, you can check out the latest stats, view live, play-by-play, and so much more on the same page where you place your bets. You can start with $200 in bonus bets guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet. That's FanDuel.com. And thank you guys for making Locked On Wizards your first listen today. I appreciate y'all. For your second listen, check out the Locked On NBA previews, season previews, that is, on Locked On NBA. From the East and West contenders to the potential tanking teams like ours. The 6-episode series with everything you need to know about the NBA season. Find Locked On NBA on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcast. All right, everybody, let's get back into this thing. Let's get through these comments because we're going to start this Friday night off right, man. All right, so let's get into it. Ain't no half stuff. It said, here's Johnny. You got it. Stuart O'Flaherty says the team played well together. Poole was good overall. He has some zero effort defensive plays too. I mean, his defense is a work in progress. We got to say that. And so, depending on what the vision is, the backcourt going forward, you need somebody in the backcourt who can defend. So you definitely want to see, if it's him and Bug Carrington, I'd imagine both of them. I definitely want to see some high energy from both of them on the defensive end. Like I said, with not Johnny Davis, but Jordan Poole. Still a work in progress. But no, offensively, man, look, he good. He looked good with the vision tonight. He looked good with the shot. So we are going to get there. Let's see. Nomadic Brian says Johnny Davis closing strong. The game winner, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to see from my man Johnny Davis. Bucket Getter says I like PBJ a lot. I don't want to lose Johnny or PBJ either. PBJ can be a good player shooting with his side. I agree. And this is going to be a difficult choice, man, with this front office and with Brian Keefe, man, because who's going to be the odd man out? Johnny Davis, I mean, you can argue overall, with his draft position, but a performance like this show you that we may be working with something with him being underneath head coach Brian Keefe for a full season. You know what I'm saying? He may be worth the effort of, developing him. We'll see. Like I said, Weston Still Jr., it was a time where nothing against West, man. I think we all know that he's a good assistant coach, but as far as the head coach, it's kind of like Cliff Kingsbury for the Washington Commanders. He's a great coordinator, but a terrible head coach. So some people are just meant to be, and it's the same thing. Is not everybody's meant to be a starter. There's some people that are just the Robert Ory's of the world, man, where they're that perfect role player who just happens to hit that 1 3-point shot to win championships. So, like I said, everybody's just got to know what the role is and perform at that role at 100%, man. So I'm with you on that. DC Onion says, bad part of the night, Kyle Kuzma acting like he is an Ant-Man or something. Too fast to ball. He's – I don't want to beat a dead horse on that, man. You guys know how I feel about Kyle Kuzma, man. I like him as a player, like him as a dude. I think he's definitely become a really good complete player here, but he's got to find ways to get other people involved. There's times where, there's a couple passes where there's one where he's trying to go no look back, he's trying to get there, but like I said, he's got to change that part of his game. He's got to be, one, be more efficient, and two, look, he's got to find ways to use his size and use his scoring ability to really take a lot of attention from the defense and set people up, especially Bilal and Alex Sarr, man. So, we know he can score, but we need progression. Young talent is the end game here. That's the priority here. Stuart O'Flaherty again said, if you look at Davis as a 40th player pick instead of the 10th, he's a steal. That's one way to look at it. He's definitely a steal at 40, but at 10, if you look at that, here's the thing. There's no front office. They could be looking at it a couple ways. Number one, they could look at it and say, all right, we got a developmental head coach here. We'll see if we can recoup him. We'll see if we can figure it out. He's shown potential. But if you look at the overall body of work, look, they sent Denny to Portland. So they have no problem sending any kind of young player who, out of here that they didn't draft. Their first draft pick was Bilal. So the priority for this front office, yes, Corey Kisper's a guy who could definitely stay. Jordan Poole, there's a list of guys here who could definitely be part of the future. But when it comes to young core players, developmental players, they're going to prioritize their own guys. And like I said, Corey Kispert could be staying, but we'll see. Could they take the Denny approach, sign to a team-friendly deal, and then ship him? You could see that scenario too. So, like I said, it's a good point, though, with Johnny Davis. Good point. Ain't no hat stuff. It says, salute to Bagley playing big versus Cat. Absolutely. Bagley shows that he could be that 3-level scorer when he's motivated. That's the biggest thing with Marvin Bagley III. When he's motivated, he can perform. He can produce. He's just finding the right environment, the right situation for him, the right coaching staff. And I think we have that here in DC because he's shown that he likes it here. And the team likes Marvin Bagley III. Like I said, he's another 50-50 player where you could see him being brought back. Rashawn Holmes at first was a guy that a lot of people were saying, oh man, he's gone after the season. And they brought him back in a 2-year deal. So yes, a lot of that has to do with trying to flip him. But we all know too that with a lot of these guys who are veterans in the scene, flipping them is risky too, because you're banking on the ability to flip them, and value goes up and down depending on certain factors. So, but Bagley III, man, definitely played really well tonight, hitting that 3-point shot. Chocolate City Hoops, man, my guy, man, DJ, man. If you guys don't follow Chocolate City Hoops on YouTube, man, it is much see TV, man. He had me, he had the real offer, had Matt Moderna on there. Shout out to Matt Moderna, believe in Wizards, and had Damo on there, man, from Wizards of Gallery Place, man. So, like I said, must see TV. My dude is doing it right, man. So definitely check him out. He says, I just want to remind that my bold prediction was that Johnny Davis breaks out this season. He did say it. So we'll see, man. We shall see. We shall see. DC Onion says, also B, want Bub to be more aggressive on offense when he gets his midi game pull up. Bub, that's your superpower. Yeah, I agree with that. I totally agree with that. I want to see a lot more aggression attacking the basket. Definitely agree with that. But he's got a money pull up 3-point shot, man. I mean, it's just money. I mean, at the top of the key, I mean, he is just money with that in the mid-range and that 3-point shot in transition, man. But yeah, I definitely want to see him attack the basket more. And you see the floor general potential in him too. So I'm really excited to see what he can do, DC, man. I mean, Bub is definitely going to be the steal of this year's draft. Kato Red, what's going on? Said, missed the game tonight, but we'll catch the replay. Definitely check it out. Check it out, man, because it was a good game. Like I said, a really good game. Sloppy basketball on both sides, man. Officiating was kind of sloppy too. I mean, the Knicks got a lot of calls, and we got a lot of non-calls, and it was a sloppy game, not only from a turnover standpoint, but officiating. It was not the best game. Shook Biz one said, big ups to the youngsters holding up against New York starters. Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. Because New York, man, they look good. They look good. They got a lot of star appeal, man. But can they put it all together and challenge Boston? That's another question for y'all, man. Do you guys see the Knicks as better than Milwaukee? We'll see. We shall see in that. Stuart O'Flaherty says, keep PBJ and Davis, trade Kuzma for picks. I think that eventually they will. But he's going to be around till at least the deadline. But I'm with you on that. Let's see. I like the two. Bucket Getter says, I like the 2 point guard sets also. Absolutely. I'm with you on that. All right, guys, we just get through this thing because you guys know I like to get through all the comments, man. So, ain't no half 7 said, Kuz looked better tonight, stats aside. He had his moments, man, but you definitely want to see him shoot a lot more high percentage shots. Stop being so reliant on the jump shot and attack the basket. But I think he will get there. Being a number one option, little meat. But I definitely want to see more efficiency involved with that, and definitely have him, try to find ways to get other people involved. That's all I ask, man. Like I said, all right. Let's get through this, guys. DC Onion also says Jared Butler is a pure point guard, man. He shows that depth is a beautiful thing. It's a hard decision because he's played well. Like I said, is he a star? No. Is he a starter? No. But he's a guy that can spot start. He's a guy who called upon produces, and that's the perfect role player when he's called upon. That perfect pinch hitter, man. The guy at bottom of the ninth, man. 2 guys on, 2 guys out. You need a guy to be money, and he's shown that when he's up at the plate, when it's time to roll, he can produce, man. So I'm with you on that. Stuart Flaherty also says the only 2 point guards I need are Bub and Butler. Man, I don't think you like Jordan Poole very much, but I'm with you on that, man. They've been playing really, really well, man. Let's see, guys, we're gonna get through this thing. All right, man. Let's see. DC Onion said, "Yeah, telephone." I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Also said that Kuzma is a black hole. He can be. He's got to find ways to spread the rock around. But I'm with you. Stuart Flaherty says, "Did Kisper play?" Nah, he was actually in an interview with at halftime, and it had Bajan Todd on there, a couple of people from Monument Sports. So he was actually at the practice facility doing the interview at halftime. So he didn't suit up. Let's see. Armand says, "Yo, Brandon, my G. Hey, what's up, Armand? How you doing tonight, man? How you feeling?" See. Armand also says, "Thanks, Brandon. I'm now addicted to both sports gambling and ED pills." All right, man. Commenting tonight. Yeah, look, man. You gotta get in where you fit in, right? All right, man. Shook Biz said JD has some hymns in his Gatorade, man. Look, he was motivated, man. So whatever it takes to get you motivated. Look, I don't care what it takes. You just get motivated, man. So hell yeah, he brings a good point. Link says incoming AG Justin. All right, so Shook Biz one says Brandon Scott going to sponsor hymns in the first hour, then better help than the last hour. Yeah, man. I definitely had to practice with a straight face the ad, man. But all right, man. No Breaks News said Johnny gave me the goosebumps. Jared eating the spot. Funk gonna look good playing for the go-go. Bye PBJ. Okay, I mean that's my guy. Again, if you don't follow my man right here, No Breaks New, he's got a banging podcast, man, where he talk about real issues, man. Must hear podcast, man. So definitely tune in because, like I said, he is money, man. So definitely support my guy, No Breaks New. PBJ, like I said, it's weird because you can have a case for pro and con on most of these guys that are on the fence. Johnny Davis, you can look at, if they decided to move on, you could say, well, I get it. Even though you see potential, you see glimpses here and there. PB&J, the same thing. The rebounding, 3-point shot, but then he struggled to find consistency. So you can look at a lot of these guys who are, on the fence and say, you wouldn't be surprised either way. So, like I said, it's a job that I don't envy, man, because, like I said, you can look at most of these guys and say, all right, no, I get it why you would move on, but then I get it why you would retain them too. So, man, I'm trying to tell y'all. Shook Biz is lineup. Okay, got you. He says the lineup he'd like to see is JP at the 1, Be Cool at 2, George at the 3. Okay. Kuz at the 4 and 5, the lumberjack. So you got Sar on the bench. Okay, got you. And Avery Miller says, imagine the depth when Malcolm comes back. Yeah, absolutely. He's going to be another great piece of the team. Depth is a good thing. Like I said, we're not going to team that's going to be challenged for the playoffs, but we're definitely going to be a team where in the first half, a lot of these vets are going to be moved at some point. You're going to see some good basketball, somewhat entertaining basketball in the first half. And in the second half, it's going to be a youth movement. You're going to see a lot of these vets on the way out. And you're going to see a lot of these young guys in the starting lineup. And it's going to be truly a youth movement. And they're going to see, build that chemistry. Hopefully the chemistry they're going to build up to one day a championship run, man. So let's get through this, guys. All right, DC, you got a lineup for us. All right, he says, Bub, Sar, Keyshawn, Poole, Kuz. Oh, man. Is that your lineup? Because who played a 5? I guess you're rolling with a – okay, so you're probably rolling with a small ball 5 if this is your lineup. Okay, I can rock with that. Oh, no, my bad. My eyes playing tricks on me. Sar will play the 5, so you're looking at Sar the 5, Kuz the 4, Keyshawn George at the 3. Ooh, okay. But my biggest thing is the biggest thing with me would be defense. I mean, you see potential with defense with Bub, see the potential with Keyshawn. Kuz shows up half the time, and then Poole as time shows effort. Defense would take a hit, man. But depending on the matchup, you could see that, man. Let's see. Student Flatter says Bub, Kispert, Be Cool, Sar, and Yoda's Valanciunas. Excuse me, y'all. So you're not even started, JP. All right. So I know where you at, man. Like I said, it really depends on game planning. And so we don't have a clue right now what it's going to be. But like I said, keep the ideals flowing, y'all. Keep the ideals flowing. You also said there's a lot of potential lineups, a new luxury. That's kind of what I was going to. New luxury. We can game plan now. It's not the same stagnant lineup. I'm going to stop talking about West because I feel like I'm beat a dead horse. But, you're not looking at a stagnant lineup no matter what the game plan or no matter what the matchup is. You're going to see different lineups to really, look, Brian Key's going to coach his team like he's trying to win. Now, we know that is a rebuilding team, but that's by culture, man. You coach, you play, you know, as a GM, you make moves to win. So I'm with you on that. Brando72 says, will we win 23 games this year? I mean, I hope so, but I don't because of the Cooper Flag sweepstakes. But then I see us as a 20-win team, which would be an improvement of 5 games. But you know, a lot of those wins are going to be in the first half of the season. Second half, you're not going to see too many wins because we will be a younger team. So let's see, guys. I'm going to try to get through these comments. Like I said, I definitely appreciate we got 56 people in the chat. So definitely appreciate everybody taking time out of their Friday night, man. Right now on the East Coast, it is 10 o'clock. So we're going to wrap it up here in about 5 to 10, man. But definitely appreciate you guys showing up, man. So I'm going to try to get through this thing because I hate missing comments, man. I hate missing it, man. But I'm going to try to give it a few more comments, guys. Let's see. Oh man, Benz. Oh, he got a couple of them cracking me up. He says, dang, Johnny, I'm so happy he had a great game. He's the one player that needed this for his confidence. Amen. I agree 100%. Man, he needed this game. Now, is it enough? We'll see. Decisions coming up. There's hard decisions coming up within this week, man. Like I said, the 21st. So we have the 21st, I believe, is on Monday, right? So Monday, we're going to find out if they sign Corey Kispert to that extension or not. So, like I said, you have that. And we are +1, so they got to make moves before the regular season. So a lot of decisions coming up. Like I said, I will cover that. Any kind of news coming out, you guys know your boy gonna cover. So like I said, anything comes out, we're gonna definitely cover that for you guys. Ben's also said, not this bourbon. Like that's you funny. You're late to the party, my guy. Are you rolling with the bourbon tonight, man? Yeah, I'm about to roll with it too, man. I got me some Buffalo Trace, man. So you already know what it is. So Definitely. All right, so guys, I'm gonna try to do a couple more real quick, man, because I try to get to everybody's. I hate to miss anybody's comment, man. So I'm gonna try to do 2 more, guys, and we're gonna get this Friday night started right. Multiverse Joe says both Kuz and JP13 look like have hit the weight room during off season. Oh yeah. Poole is looking a lot quicker than Bradley Beal. I mean, that's not really a high mark, though, to be honest with you. Johnny Davis is certainly seen like a player who likes the ball in his hands tonight. Oh, absolutely. Now, I agree with the speed of Jordan Poole. He looks a lot more faster. But like I said, Bradley Beal is just not the standard you want to go by because he's just Mr. Bounce the ball off his foot. But, you know, look, I mean, I agree with you on JP13 and Kuz, man. They both have some weight to them. And, you know, look, if you want to be able to hit the paint and finish through traffic and finish through contact, you got to have a little bit of umph in you, man. So, like I said, I think it's definitely a good asset for it. And it is a good sign because, like I said, they've put a lot more money into the weight rooms in the facilities, man. And that's what I'm saying. It's kind of like looking at the Commanders and the Dan Snyder era, right? You know, it was a totally different team now under new management. You know, when I found out that this team just now was putting money into weight training, I'm like, good Lord. I mean, how bad did they have it? I mean, what were they doing to work out? So, you know, this new regime is putting the time and money into this team, man. So, you know, keep the faith and definitely keep patient because, you know, they seem like small victories right now. And I get that, you know, weight training compared to a championship. I get all that, but they're doing stuff, you know, and it really shows you how bad was it, you know, because you've seen improvements that you would figure that an NBA team would have all those, man. But they're making improvements with this team that you have not seen with previous regimes, man. So look, they're trying, man. All right, so guys, let's see. I'm gonna do one more, guys. I hate to not answer everybody's question, man. So we're gonna do this, man. Sugar Biz 1, this is gonna be the last one, guys. He says we need a pool closest to total wins without going over gets signed. Beast got cap. Okay, I can entertain that. Absolutely, man. So absolutely, you guys let me know. Matter of fact, we'll put that as a question, man. So like I said, we need a pool closest to the total wins without going over. Oh, got you. That's a good idea, man. So like I said, that's something that I got to double check with my network, man. But I plan on if it's okay, if it's approved, man. I want to do some giveaways this year. Definitely, you know, a sweepstakes where you can go to the game. You know, you go to the game with me. You know, jersey, shirt. You know, so I'm trying to keep things interesting and definitely reward you guys because a lot of you have been with me. This is my 3rd year, man. So like I said, a lot of you have been very loyal. A lot of love on here, man. So like I said, great idea. Like I said, I'm gonna do my due diligence and ask my network and see if I can do giveaways stuff like that. But if I get to go ahead, that's definitely something I'm definitely going to do, man. So definitely a good idea, man. So, all right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call it. Washington Wizards win their preseason finale, 118-107 over the New York Knicks. Johnny Davis shows up, man. And the question is this a sign of things to come or is it a little too late? You guys let me know in the comment section. So again, Appreciate you guys, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it. And I will see you guys Sunday night. Now, Thursday night next week is game 1 of the regular season. So obviously we're gonna cover everything that I can't even think right now. The bourbon, give me the man. So definitely gonna do a preview. There you go, preview. So we're gonna do a preview for that game, and then we're gonna answer a lot of questions. And we got a couple of special guests coming on the show this week coming up. So we're definitely gonna get you guys prepared for the regular season on Thursday. So again, appreciate you guys. Now, if you drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. You're at the bar, definitely call a Uber, man. It's starting to get nice out a little bit. And the weather in the DMV can be a little bipolar. So if it looks like it's gonna be a decent weekend. So definitely get out, get going. So I hope everybody has a blessed and safe weekend. I will see you guys Sunday night. Hail to the Wizards and peace. See you guys next time.